So right away, there are quite a few things wrong with this video, and then there's some things that are right with this video, and that's what I want to talk about with some of you guys. I know a lot of you guys are trying to figure out what is going on, like how do I brake, how do I swerve, how do I get out of this situation, what happens if... I get it. I understand that. And we're going to go over some of that stuff today, and I'm going to talk about a little bit more about how you can ask more of these questions and get some answers. So let's jump into this one. So real quick, what I like to do is put myself in the shoes of the motorcycle rider, and sometimes I talk in first person like that. So what happened here is that we put ourselves in this situation as this motorcycle rider. We're going way too fast. It's 149 kilometers per hour. It's roughly 93 miles per hour. And right away, what we see is a chevron. So this was a tight turn already, and we're taking it at 93. So we're pushing ourselves and this bike quite far and quite fast. Now, I'm not even going to talk about body position, cornering, all that stuff, because that's not what we're here for today. We're going to be talking about what's happening. Look, he's going 160 already. Pushing the bike down, not good. For traction, we could talk about that later. I've already talked about it quite a bit. So about right here, we can't see where the vehicle is or when he kind of perceived it. What we could do is talk about his reaction to it. So when I talk about perception, reaction, and then braking distance, that is the equation for total stopping distance for when you start applying the brakes. So we first have to perceive it, then we have to react to the situation by applying the brakes, and then however long it takes us to stop while applying the brakes, added with all those others, is total stopping distance. So about right here, he rolled off the throttle, and then he straightened up the bike. You see he's starting to reach for the clutch on the left side, and then he's already applying the brakes. You see how it's jumping back and forth? So let's go ahead and play that in full speed. You're going to see how his bike's doing this, okay? And when that happens, that means you have a loss of traction, gain traction, loss of traction, gain traction, whether it's going to be rear wheel or front wheel. So watch this. See how it's like bouncing back and forth, and now we're straight? So that right there, that's the application of the brakes, and you can even see it in the speedometer. And this is not the United States. Somebody want to help me out with that one. And we're going to be moving forward. So right here, I'm assuming he wanted to go straight, but this vehicle is kind of in his path of travel, and it's wanting to turn left, okay? So this vehicle probably stopped because there was another vehicle right there, and he was waiting for that vehicle to turn. Okay, not a big deal. That typically happens, vehicles turning and waiting for other vehicles to turn, and we slow down and we stop or we wait, all those different things. But why can't we stop and wait here? Going 93 freaking miles per hour, hauling ass into this intersection, basically, or this junction. So he's hauling ass around a corner, can't see very well because he's going too fast. There's a big vehicle in his way. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Well, you have two options. You can either slam those brakes and dump the bike, or you can slow down by application of braking to buy yourself some type of option, or if you can, if there is any options, and then swerve and find an escape path. We've already talked about this in a previous video where you just need to find escape paths if you're not going to stop an amount of time that you need to stop. And right here, not enough time. So what he did is he chose an escape path to the left. Now, I typically don't pick escape paths in the path of the travel of the vehicle that I'm trying to evade. So if the vehicle is turning left, I'm not going to turn left and swerve left for my escape path. I'm going to go right. So I'm going to try to juke them in a way. And we already know what this truck driver wants to do, which is turn left. Now, this is where you need to have that situational awareness, and you need to understand some driver behavior. And we talk about this all the time in our live streams about driver behavior, rider behavior, basically human behavior when it comes time to operating a vehicle on the road. You can also apply that to what the behaviors the government or the road designers want you to do by looking at some signs. Anyways, we're going off on a tangent. Don't turn left in front of a vehicle that's turning left anyways. I would have picked going right. So I would have gone this way, and that is what I would have done. But thankfully, this option right here, what he does, especially at this speed, is actually kind of what saved him. So if he wasn't going that speed and he was going a little bit slower, he would have missed this. This vehicle would have been a little bit farther forward, and he would have slammed right into the side of it. And that's why I choose to pick the path of travel away from the vehicle. So he did as best he possibly can. This is a median right here. This is basically as far left as he possibly could go. And if that vehicle was any more left, he would have hit him. So he found this small little gap, and his speed going around these corners is what kind of saved him, but also put him in that situation. So don't do it anyways. So he's going to move forward, and as soon as he hits this, you're going to just hopefully be able to keep it up. Once again, speed is what's going to help him here. Too much speed, because the gyroscopic forces are going to want to keep the bike up. But he really, in reality, he just got super lucky right here. This is increasingly beyond lucky. Hauling ass into the back of that big old truck at that speed, even with full gear, and this, I tell you guys, get full gear, but even with full gear, not good, not good. And I've seen it in real life, and it's just not good. Even with a helmet, not good. If you're going at a normal speed, it could mitigate quite a bit of injuries, but at his speed, at 93 miles per hour, nope, not going to help you. Ain't going to help you. Just too many forces being transmitted to the body. Doesn't even matter. So what can we take from this situation? Don't haul ass. Like, I see it all the time. As a coach to you guys, stop hauling ass, okay? Just stop. You guys are going way too fast for what you can handle. And if you feel like you can handle this, if the cars weren't there and all that stuff, then go to a track. Just go to a track. There are cars there on the road. It's a public road. It's a road with other vehicles, okay? There's going to be cars there. So why are we hauling ass? Go to a track and do it. Don't do it here. And I get that. And okay, I'm starting to get off on tangent. This is something I do on live streams. I'm not going to do it for this video. So don't haul ass. What did this guy do good? He found an escape path. He utilized his escape path. He was able to maneuver the bike between some really rough spots at a higher rate of speed to be able to get away from this. But he wasn't able to get away from getting onto the grass and possibly crashing there. He just got lucky. This is a lucky situation. So guys, swerve into the direction that is opposite of what the vehicle is wanting to do, especially if it's going to be like a T-bone type thing. But the biggest thing here is just don't go this fast, okay? I understand it's thrilling. Just don't do it. Okay, guys?